Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we have Pickle Juice Criterium Series Race 2. This time we're racing men's 1, 2, 3 field. Last week I actually got my Cat 3 upgrade, so I was able to race up. And as you can see from the title of the video, I did crash. So stay tuned for that. It's actually at the end of the video. If you want to skip ahead, more than welcome to. But for now, I'm gonna kind of go over the race, see what I did right, see what I did wrong, see what I can do better, and if you have any comments, or advice, please let me know. I'm actually racing with a teammate here, the guy right in front of me right now. His name's Konstantin, Team VESELKA, represent. Yeah, so this first lap is a neutral lap. We're just taking it slow. The course is pretty technical. It is a, I guess, 7-corner, you can say, crit. This pretty hard, fast corners. You have to be careful with, with how you brake, what lines you take, which is why I crashed. So, spoiler alert. This is the back part of the course where there's a little hill, so we're taking it. There's usually attacks going off here. Everyone's gonna go really hard, so it's something to be wary of. So here I'm just trying to fight for my position, even in neutral lap. I noticed the difference between the 1, 2, 3 and 3, 4 is even in a neutral lap I was getting elbowed. So guys are really aggressive in protecting their position. So it's something good to know, because I have to get better at that as well. We're almost getting to the end, to the finish line, where we're gonna start the race. I can still see my teammate up. He's kinda in the front. I think he took a couple of laps all the way alone in the front, trying to just kind of learn the course, which is pretty smart since it was his first time racing here. And we're also racing with masks. Honestly, I didn't mind it at all. I think masks were fine. It is kind of, you have to fix it if it falls down or whatever, but it's really not that big of a problem. Here we go, the race just started. We're taking this first corner, and then I want to talk about this right away. So right here, this first corner, I always take it on the inside, and I know that that's something that, it's not ideal. If I took it on the outside, I can bring more speed into it, and then I don't have to accelerate as hard out of it. So it's a lot of energy saved if I do that. And a reoccurring theme throughout this race was me taking that corner on the inside. This corner here, I could take more speed, I can take it wider, so that's something to think about. And then this one, I think I was doing pretty well, actually. One thing that I'm noticing now, rewatching this race, is my cadence is way too high. I think I was stuck in the wrong gear for the whole time, and I did not even notice, because I was kind of excited and nervous to race with these guys, and you just don't think about little things. But looking at it now, my threshold is usually around 90 RPM, and right now for my threshold efforts I'm pushing over 120, so that's not, it's definitely not right. Definitely feels a lot less in control when I do that. So here after the hill we kind of bunch up. My teammate's up in the front still, and I'm, ideally I want to get close to him or kind of be, at a point where if an attack goes I can follow. And that's not where I am right now. So right now I'm so far back that if somebody goes up, I'm kind of stuck. Although I do take this guy's wheel, and I was hoping he's gonna kind of go over the top, but he didn't. He just kind of slows down here. So then I kind of almost get pinched, and then I take an inside again on this first corner right here. Again, not ideal because I have to brake, I have to slow down, and then right after I'm pushing like 700-800 watts out of the corner. I think it is about 40 laps for the 1, 2, 3 race, so that's a lot of energy wasted. Here, kind of fighting for the position. I let this guy through. I think I should stop letting people through like this, right? I believe this is something I have to be more aggressive with, because now we have a gap, gaps open, because I was trying to give him space, and we have to push through the corner. So as much as it doesn't sound good, I think I should leave less space for people to pass me. obviously be safe with it, but I tend to leave too much space. And now here I'm try to go on the outside. It's kind of getting blocked. Kind of in the middle now as well. Everything's blocked around me and there is nowhere to go. So this is also a position I don't really want to be in case an attack goes and I have to help out. I'm just way too constricted here. There's nothing I can do. I'm just gonna have to follow the guys and hope for the best. And I'm still staying in the middle. I mean, it is early in the race, but still, it's not a great position to be in. I see guys going on the left. I kind of want to follow them, but there's just nowhere to go. And then again, we kind of slow down, but then we speed up here across the finish line. I think right about this lap is when the attacks are gonna start flying off, and I'm on the inside again, so not ideal. Okay, again, a big dig. And I take this corner pretty well this time. I took a lot of speed in, took it wide. I think the guy in front of me, this guy in the black, is kind of slowing down, has a really erratic braking, or headed for that corner, so kind of freaked me out. I had to slow down, and so people are getting in front of me. I have to, put like 900,000 watts here over the hill, just because I'm so far back, and now, we're having gaps open. We're having to close it while the guys in front are just chilling. Another reason to be more up in the front. It's easier to set, it's easier said than done, but looking back at it now, it's really just a waste of energy to be this far back. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, I think we're single file now. The gaps are opening up. I should have followed the black guy in front, but I just didn't. Not sure why I didn't. And I take this corner a little bit better this time. So see how much speed I brought in? I took that corner too fast at this point where I almost hit the black guy in front. But that was good. That was the first good one I did this race. And then he lets the gap open here, and the issue is on this little stretch in between these two corners. If there is a gap, you're kind of screwed, because now coming out of the bottom corner, the gap doubles, and everyone's just hitting it hard. So now I'm kind of, I know I'm okay relatively. I can still close the gap on my own, but I see this guy go, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be on your wheel, and I'm gonna. Hopefully, you can close it. I see a guy on the left pass us, and then I look left and I see the gap, and I didn't even know it was that big. So it took a lot just to, I had to pass the other guy, and then I was supposed to be on this white and green guy wheel in the front, but I kind of missed that train. So now I'm working hard to get to the field, and I know they're gonna slow down before the corner, so I'm not too worried. My bigger worry is how to actually, once I catch up, how do I actually get past them, right? How do I get to the front? And I'm still thinking that, even though I'm gapping behind them. It's funny how that works. I take this corner pretty well again. I think you can kind of see that when I take it better, I just immediately close the gap in front, and I don't have to put any power, or not any, but not a lot of power through to kind of get to the wheel in front. Again, here this was pretty good. I think overall today, not today, but at the race, I did a lot better job of actually staying on the wheel coming out of the bottom corner than I did in the 3-4. The 3-4, I was letting those gaps open too much. So I don't know if it was the cadence or if it was just me being more on top of it, but it was definitely a lot easier to just stay on the people's wheels, which is surprising going from the lower to higher category. Maybe just because the guys are more, better handling, so it's, you can kind of, you can expect what they're gonna do better. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess it was good. a lot better. And then here, I know my teammate's been up in the front, for a while. He's been doing a lot of work. So now I'm in the field. I'm slowly moving up, and I want to kind of get to my teammate, kind of talk to him, see what's happening, if he needs me to do anything. So I'm thinking I'm gonna try and I wanted to muscle my way up through here, but it's really hard to get on the inside. And again, I'm taking inside on the first corner. You kind of get pinched, and then if you're not careful, you can get crashed out. So kind of forcing your way through the field sometimes isn't the best idea, even though you want to do it. Here I'm gonna take this corner pretty well, carry good speed. And this is pretty good, but I still have to put 800 watts just to, just so you can see the differences here. I think 3-4 I was doing 600. I'm doing 200 more, and I'm still, the gaps are still opening. Even though here I kind of knew they were gonna slow down at the hill, I didn't want to brake, so I kind of wanted to let my momentum carry me forward. The only problem with that is I let the gap open, and now people freaked out and passed me, which is fine, but I don't want to get past, so I try and pass them here, kind of on the slower part. This is pretty close here, getting pinched a little bit, but I can see my teammate, and this is great. This is what I wanted, right? I'm in a good position now. There is space on my left. I can attack if I wanted to, which is kind of what I wanted to actually. I wanted to force my way up here a little bit. And so I think I'm gonna go right now. Yeah, I go right now, and then the 158, I think, or 153, one of that. The guy goes, and I go and get on his wheel, but then I see another guy on the right here, 153, yeah, go as well. So I let him slide in, and then now I'm thinking, great. I don't know if I have a gap. I didn't check, but I'm in a good position now. I can take the line clean and kind of see what happens. And this happens. Not ideal. Well, let's see that again. So here this guy front attacked, and I see the 153 kind of spike as well. So I let him slide in, and then here I'm third wheel right now, and I spike my power a little bit to just get on his wheel. And now we're carrying about, we're going 30 miles an hour, and mind you, the lap before we were about 28. It's a 2 mile per hour difference, but it's not that big, but it's something to take into consideration, which I don't think I did here. I just kind of assumed it's fine, it's whatever. And so all I'm thinking now is, great, there's nobody around me. I can take a nice wide line, nice wide corner, which I do, and I'm trying to hit the apex right here. And then try and look at my, if you can, try and look at my steering wheel inputs. I guess I'm coming in and I'm bringing so much speed that for a second I think I'm gonna crash to the guy ahead. So right here I do a little bit of a input to the left. I turn to the left to give him more space. I'm not, I don't hit him. But what I should have probably done here is just hit my brakes a little bit more. Because now I force myself even wider in this turn. Even though I'm kind of thinking maybe I can save it here, I think it was definitely way too far. And right here my wheel touched the curb, and at this point it's already over. So now what I'm thinking is, I know there is, I know my teammates behind me. I know there's a lot of people behind me. I don't want to crash out everyone. So what I do is I kind of lean on the left, and I pull my bike with me. And I also don't do this. See how my left hand is bracing for the impact? Could have broken my wrist there. But I kind of pull my bike up, so my bike's on a curb, and thankfully nobody else got crashed out. But yeah, that was it. Thank you all for watching. The bike's okay. It's only scratched. Nothing structural is damaged. I'm pretty scratched up, but it's only road rash and some bruises. Nothing's broken, so it is what it is. We learn from this, and hopefully we do better next time.